Hello and welcome to another great day here on the Jet Set. Coming up today, we're taking you out to West Virginia to show you the World Association of Marching Show Bands.
And I'm talking to Flashpack co-founder and keen traveler Rada Vyas about group traveling.
But first, we're talking travel news on Here's This. All of this and much more is about to take off right here on the Jet Set.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to travel, food, fitness, and everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Grab your rake because the leaves of travel news are starting to fall on this edition of Here's This, powered by thejetset.com. Traveling through one of the world's best airports is set to get even smoother starting next year. Starting in 2024, officials say Singapore's Changi Airport will introduce automated immigration clearance, which will allow passengers to depart without passports using only biometric data.
Ooh.
Quote, Singapore will be one of the first few countries in the world to introduce automated passport-free immigration clearance, said Communications Minister Josephine Teo during a parliament session. Now, during which several changes during this parliament session were also announced, including the country's Immigration Act was also passed, allowing for this biometric technology, which will actually be facial recognition software. Now, it's already in use to some extent in Singapore, and we use it a lot here actually in the US. Getting off of cruise ships, you use facial recognition to get on it, to get off the ship when you get back into port.
Well, we've all gotten off the airplane and have seen the lines, and you're just dreading it. I was just, I'm not gonna mention the airport. It was in Europe, and the lines were out of control. There was maybe one person for thousands and thousands of people. People were missing flights. It was hot. People were going crazy. So good job, Singapore. They're in the future. They're using technology, Bobby.
If there's anything Nikki Noya hates most, it's lines.
I just don't do well with lines. I don't do well with incompetence, and I don't do well with people just like not doing what they're doing. So this is awesome.
How do you feel about the use of biometric data then? Like biometrics, fingerprints, your eye, your facial recognition being used as like your passport, basically.
Okay, the thing that I don't like is like putting chips inside your body. That I don't
well,
like.
That's not happening.
Like, okay, well, no, people are getting all sorts of weird with technology. Like, I don't like, oh, here's my credit card because I have a chip in me. But I do feel like if this will make traveling easier and you're just gonna, because I mean, I use Clear and they scan my eyes and I always look so tired.
It doesn't bother me at all. I always laugh at Clear because my picture's so old, but like it doesn't bother me at all. I mean, in fact, I love it because it scans your face and it says like, welcome home. And you're like, okay, I'm here. It's over.
Oh, Robert,
everything's over. Yeah.
Well, I also feel like this is just the way of technology and the way things are progressing.
I mean, I'm sure there'll be leaks later. Somehow they'll figure out how to use the picture that the machine took to get access. I'm sure that's coming. But for now, I enjoy the speed.
Yeah.
All right, well, winter is coming, and for yet another ski resort in France, that means facing the reality that there isn't enough snow to carry on. Oh boy, La Sembouille? Sure. A town which runs a family skiing destination near Mont Blanc in the French Alps has decided to dismantle its ski lifts because global warming has shrunk its ski season to just a few weeks rather than a few months. So there's no point in keeping the ski lifts even open.
This just really bums me out so hard. I'm like, what weird reality are we living in that there's like not a ski season? What is happening?
In the Alps.
Yeah.
I know.
What is going on? So I wonder now what they will change it to. I wonder what it will be used for now.
Hopefully more and more people will start paying attention that like it's actually changing. We have to do something.
I know, like when you see pictures of like how the glaciers were 100 years ago and now what they look like now.
And I just saw them in Alaska and they show you what it looked like years ago compared to what it is now, and they've melted so much. So we'll be right back in 30 seconds with more of the Jet Set.
Toy Fair is the premier insider event of the year featuring thousands of new toys, games, and entertainment products. Elizabeth Warner, a top figure in the toy industry, is joining us to provide an insider's perspective on innovative, educational, and fun toys set to hit the market this holiday season and beyond. Hi, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much for having me.
What types of toys that teach and encourage learning will be discussed during this event?
Well, let's jump right in with our Lego Dreams Fantastical Treehouse, an amazing show on Netflix and YouTube. This is the home base of the heroes. Our kids are going to be able to build and imagine in Mrs. Castillo's kitchen, Izzy and Mateo's bedroom, and so much more. They're going to start off building with some instructions, but then Lego's going to give them a couple of ways to complete the model so they can choose to finish and play how they'd like. Now, when it comes to coloring, high definition coloring kit by Crayola. Artists of all levels can create professional looking art in high definition. These are extremely detailed coloring pages with the shadowing and shading that comes with highly pigmented colored pencils. And look at that, how I could transform that. It comes with a box, everything fits inside, and that box can actually be your desk as well. When it comes to imagination, VTech GoGo Smart Wheels Spiral Construction Tower. I love this. It's easy to build. Lots of movable pieces, 7 smart points that actually activate when the talking dump truck cruises over them. Kids are going to hear 60 different fun responses, everything from elevators to swinging cranes. This will provide them with hours of entertainment. When it comes to story time, Readyland Books, Owl and Dragon, a magical adventure. You pair Readyland Books with an Alexa-enabled device, and kids can now actually talk to and play games with characters, listen to music, and so much more. And now when it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion, Fresh Beats by the Dr. Lisa Company. These gorgeous dolls are high in fashion, custom blended skin tones, beautiful premium rooted hair, authentic hair textures, and represent 3 genres of music, rock, hip hop, and pop. Dr. Lisa, she's the pioneer of authentic multicultural dolls.
Where can we go for more information?
You can go to our website, which is wernerinfo.com.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We've got to take a quick break, but we've got lots more of the Jet Set coming up in just 60 seconds. Now it's time for today's edition of Here's More, powered by thejetset.com, and a potential game changer for cannabis enthusiasts traveling to California, a bill that could usher in an Amsterdam-style cafe experience alongside legal weed is awaiting Governor Gavin Newsom's signature. Assembly Bill 374 sailed through both California Senate and Assembly with votes of 33-3 and 66-9, respectively. Authored by Assemblyman Matt Hanley of San Francisco, the legislation reframes the conversation around cannabis consumption, focusing on its economic potential. And many people want to enjoy legal cannabis in social settings, and perhaps sipping coffee, enjoying pastries, or listening to live music might be the answer with the first cafe in California serving cannabis. What do you think?
I love that. Enjoying pastries. Let's get high and enjoy some pastries. Well, I mean, some of the states that have legalized cannabis, they are doing great, and that money goes to schools and roads and education and all kinds of things.
So admittedly, I don't know much about this, but like from what I understand, Colorado does pretty well tax-wise.
They're doing very well.
Yeah.
Very well. So, I mean, you know, whatever everybody wants to do, but I mean, also, this is the future.
The future.
I mean, you know, but
I love when you reference the future. In my mind, it's like you getting like you know, the second iPhone that was ever created. Like to you, that's the future.
Look, it's the future. Look, I can communicate.
It's bigger. But I mean, I think I mean, when I was in Amsterdam, we went to one of those cafes. They told us to only eat a portion of the brownie. We didn't eat that. We ate a lot more than we were supposed to. But like, I mean, I think it's interesting to see. Yeah, we slept for the whole day.
I would absolutely love to see Robert Laurie in Amsterdam. Sorry, everyone, but we're going to have to stop the show and go to Amsterdam right now. And I would absolutely love to see that.
A whole day of our trip was completely lost.
Well, was it really lost, or was it really relaxing and wonderful?
I was asleep for the whole time. Like the whole time.
Oh my God. With friends all tied up with work or children and one bland 18 to 30s group tour under her belt, Flashpack co-founder and keen traveler Radha Vyas decided to look into immersive high-end group tours for like-minded people her age. The result of her search? There wasn't a thing available. But what about people like her in their 30s looking for something a little different, something truly adventurous, but with a little touch of luxury, my favorite word? Well, today we have Radha Vyas here to tell us all about it. Hey, Radha, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so tell us how Flashpack got started.
Well, I was on a date and was matched with my now co-founder and husband, Lee. And we actually bonded over our mutual love of travel and business. And sounds a bit sad, but after a few glasses of wine, we actually hatched the idea for Flashpack on the back of a serviette. We both understood the problem. We were both in our 30s, trying to persuade our married friends to come on vacation with us without much avail. And so when I told him this idea I had, he was completely on board. And we started the business pretty much when we started our relationship.
That's amazing. Okay, so tell me how it works.
Right. Well, 80% of our customers have never done a group trip before finding Flashpack, and 98%, almost everybody comes alone as a solo traveler. You don't have to be single. We have lots of mums who want to remember who they were before they had children, and lots of married couples. But they want to take a vacation alone. So you book alone, you book an amazing trip. You can travel anywhere you want across the world. And you just have to turn up at the airport and we take care of the rest. And every trip is curated so that you not only have an incredible experience and do very difficult to organize by yourself experiences, but you go with a group of people who are truly like-minded at your life stage. No making small talk with people who are 20 years older than you or 20 years younger than you. And every trip is curated so that it bonds a group of strangers to become friends.
I just absolutely love this idea. What are some of your favorite trips?
Oh, that's a really difficult question. I personally love South Africa and East Africa for the safari. It's absolutely amazing. Nothing beats it. It's absolute bucket list. But we do have a trip to Finland where you stay on a private island, you go snowmobiling, there's a private chef, you watch the Northern Lights, and that's also super incredible. In Asia, I think I love Thailand and Vietnam and Bali. It's so hard to choose, to be honest. They're all amazing.
So tell me about when someone is actually on one of these experiences, what can they expect?
Well, we have incredible local guides who have so much knowledge. They'll show you the best of their country. But more than that, we train our guides thoroughly to focus on the group dynamic. They know how to bond a group of strangers, how to include the slightly shy ones, or, making sure everyone feels like they're part of a community and everyone has a chance to feel comfortable in their own skin and relax and make friendships. We also have curated experiences, so things that would be really hard to do by yourself. So think about staying on the private island I just talked about before, or watching sunset with some drinks where there are no other tourists, watching the Atacama Desert in Chile, for example. In Philippines, we stay on a private island. So lots of experiences that would be very hard to do if you turned up by yourself. And then finally, we organize absolutely everything for you from every detail, so you don't have to worry about a thing. You don't have to spend months researching the best hotels and the best experiences. You just turn up and we take care of every detail. It's just absolutely hassle-free and stress-free.
Radha, I love Flashpack and I can't wait myself to go on one of your trips. Where can people go for more information and to book their own Flashpack tour?
Well, you should go to flashpack.com and you will see a selection of all our trips. You can get in contact with a travel expert who's your personal concierge, who will take down all your details and what you're looking for in your bucket list holiday and will help you book the perfect adventure.
Oh, I can't wait. Radha, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Take care.
We've got to take another short break, but don't go anywhere. We've still got lots more of the Jet Set to come. Welcome to Buchanan, West Virginia, where the best community bands in the world are competing at the World Association of Marching Show Bands with field exercises, a drumline competition, and a parade down Main Street. These magnificent bands have the opportunity to entertain and delight the community. This year, West Virginia had the honor of hosting the world's most outstanding community bands who came together to compete at the World Association of Marching Show Bands. With their field exercises, a thrilling drumline competition, and a lively parade down Main Street, these remarkable bands not only entertained, but also fostered a sense of unity and celebration within the community.
It was a dream about 3 years ago when we realized that the WASB organization, which is the World Association of Marching Show Bands, traveled the world and had their competitions in different countries year after year. It had been in the United States once before in Palm Springs, and we decided it was a chance for Buchanan to throw his hat in the ring. We made our pitch, and we convinced them 2.5 years in planning, and here we are now with the 2023 World Association of Marching Show Bands event. We have 19 bands from 13 countries. So 19 bands from 13 countries, and it is phenomenal to see the world come together and be unified in music.
How has your experience in the U.S. been?
To me, it's quite new experience, but the people here is super nice. I feel like I'm being another home here. Home warming party, and we have campfire party in the neighborhood. We have all kind of stuff that you do in summer. We do picnic in the park. We do community performance, I guess. Yes, concert in Jawbone Park and barbecue night. So it's super nice here.
Probably the biggest challenge in having an event of this magnitude in our area of West Virginia is access to airports. Now we have wonderful access to the Pittsburgh International Airport, but many of the countries found it was more cost-effective to come into Dallas, Washington Airport. So we had to help them arrange for their transportation from Dallas Airport, which is a bit of a ride. So getting them in here and having a lot of flights delays and so on, we kind of built that in the original planning, but it really hit us a little bit harder this week, but we've overcome it. And as of tonight at about midnight, we'll have 100% of our bands on the ground.
So what brought you to this event?
Well, my son is marching today. He's in the Elkins High School band. His name is Preston.
My girlfriend and I both do, and this is an honor to see bands from so many other countries represented. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, I think.
It gives us an opportunity to see what different places are like.
Because of the Wongsby, we can't help but support our members of the band as well.
Do you feel constant stress about what you're eating, how you're exercising, or the way you look in the mirror? Robin Long, certified Pilates instructor, author, founder of Lindywell, joins us today to talk about Lindywell, the award-winning wellness app with Pilates at its core. Robin, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
What are some tips for maintaining an effective and realistic approach to healthy and balanced living?
I have 3 tips that can make a huge difference in really staying committed and staying consistent with your health and wellness goals. So we first have to break free of this all or nothing mentality and understand that even small workouts, small changes make a big difference, which is tip number 2, to start small, really small. So even just 10 minutes of Pilates a day, or a 15-minute walk around the block, or a 2-minute dance around your living room can really change the way you feel, change the way you then make decisions, and help you to make consistent progress over time. And then my 3rd tip is this requires us to really reframe the way we're looking at health and fitness and exercise in the first place.
In what ways can breath, nature, rest, and play improve the quality of life?
Yeah, many of us get really narrow in our focus. We think it's just about food and it's just about exercise. But true wellness really includes the way we breathe, how often we're getting out in nature, our rhythms of rest, and even how we're using our devices and technology. So in my new book, Well to the Core, I really widen the view of wellness so that we can really truly be well to the core, not just in one small narrow area that doesn't actually bring the results that we're hoping for.
How is Lindywell helping people achieve their wellness goals, and how can viewers access a 2-week free trial?
Well, the one thing we hear from our members more than anything else is, I've never been this consistent with anything in my life. And that is because of those 3 tips I shared at the beginning. We're reframing the way you look at exercise. Our app provides short and realistic workouts and breathwork exercises to help you move and reduce stress. And we do so with a grace over guilt approach so that you don't feel guilty or shame if you go off track. Instead, you feel motivated to start fresh the next day. So all of that is found in our app, and you can get a free trial just by going to lindywell.com.
Thank you for joining us today, Robin.
We've got to take one last break, but Nikki has your dose of travel inspiration still to come. You don't want to miss it.
Okay, everybody, it's time again for your daily dose of travel inspiration on the go, where today we are sending you to experience the British Isles Explorer itinerary on Viking Ocean Cruises.
I would love to do that, yes.
Me too. Okay, we're gonna traverse the Isles north to south, and you're gonna immerse yourself in the British Isles with an overnight stay in Bergen, Norway. Hello, everybody. And Greenwich, England. Discover the legendary Highlands. Oh, my favorite. You know how I feel about Scotland and Western Isles of Scotland and its capital, Edinburgh. Do you know how to say that correctly? Because I do. Visit the Shetland and Orkney Islands and contrast modern Belfast with traditional Dublin. Witness Welsh culture in Snowdonia. Isn't that a great word? I just love it. In England, visit maritime Liverpool, see historic Dover, the cliffs of Dover, and enjoy a tour of London. This sounds so
Do you know
fun.
I've never been to London? I've flown through London and then gone out to the Cotswolds, but never actually been to London.
Well, on our way to Amsterdam, we're going to go there. This journey is available now. A discount offer from the US and a $100 Visa gift card just for booking by visiting oceanandriversailings.com. Let's go.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to London.
Look at how beautiful.
I know.
Beautiful.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody. You know how I feel about Scotland. It's my favorite place.
I thought Iceland was.
Well, I can have more than one.
Oh, how big is this list?